Hey everyone, excited to be back to this week's edition of Frequently Asked Questions for Commercial Real Estate. In today's video, what I want to do is talk about terminology that's commonly used within the commercial real estate industry, and that is, what exactly is commercial building classifications? Now in this video, we're going to go through the three different types of building classifications, and in recent years, people have been trying to incorporate a fourth and a fifth building classification, which we'll highlight at the end of the video. But in reality, there's really three building classifications that we're going to highlight in this video that are really going to be applicable to all different opportunities, so that as you start looking at opportunities in the marketplace, you can make determinations about whether or not you want to pursue them based on what the classification of that property is. So now, before we dive into this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to this channel. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message and learn about the many facets of commercial real estate. So now you've done that, go ahead and like and subscribe below. Let's go ahead and dive into this episode. All right, so today we're going to go through the different building classifications in commercial real estate. So to start off, number one is Class A property. Now you may be asking, what exactly is Class A property? Well, this is the state-of-the-art, brand new facilities or recently built facilities that have phenomenal amenities. They're in great locations, they're well-maintained, and now more than ever before, they have phenomenal state-of-the-art technology to help maximize the productivity of the tenant on site. Typically, these buildings command the highest price per square foot in the marketplace because of all the benefits that they do offer their tenants. The second building classification to consider is Class B property. Typically, Class B properties are usually a little bit older builds, usually within the last 20 years. They're typically well-maintained, but they do have some deferred maintenance. And then the amenities and maybe the location and technology just isn't up to par as it would be for Class A properties. Typically, these properties are still phenomenal properties to be able to pursue, yet they're just not as, top of the line as Class A properties. So that's number two. Number three is Class C properties. Class C properties are typically defined as older buildings, over 20 years old. There's typically a lot of deferred maintenance. They may not be in the greatest area in the world. And also they're just not really have any amenities whatsoever, or very limited amenities when compared to Class B and Class A properties. Within recent years, there's been people who have been trying to push new classifications of commercial buildings that include Class D and Class F. Those are typically not in the terminology, but I'll go through them just for the sake of them being talked about a little bit more in the commercial real estate space. So Class D and Class F properties are the worst of the worst typically. They're really have significant deferred maintenance. They may have been abandoned for a long period of time. They were built many years ago. There's significant deferred maintenance, and this is what we would classify as distressed properties. So if this is something that you're interested in pursuing as an investor, maybe this provides you with a unique opportunity to be able to buy and redevelop properties into making them into a Class C or maybe a Class B property. As far as the other classifications are concerned, it really just depends on what you're looking for. If you were a tenant and you want to attract top talent, what we're starting to see a lot more of is flight to quality. So a lot of these top firms are realizing that it's a war for talent out there. And if you do provide a Class A option for people to work at, it seems to be a unique opportunity for you to be able to attract better talent. And a lot of times you can even pay them a little bit less than you would if you had an archaic, office space or some other form of commercial property that is just not in line with what the marketplace is dictating. So, really what you need to do as you're looking for opportunities to determine, number one, if you're a tenant, what are your employees wanting, right? If you're trying to attract top talent, maybe paying a little bit more for rent and attract and getting into a space that has phenomenal amenities, great technology to be able to utilize, may be best for your business. If you're an investor, are you a risk-averse investor? If so, Class A properties are probably the best for you. If you like a little bit more risk, but you want to be able to have some stability, Class Bs could be phenomenal. And if you're opportunistic, then Class C and then, as we said before, Class D and F are not exact classifications that have been defined in the marketplace, but they have been utilized a little bit more over the last several years. Then maybe those are some of the opportunities you start pursuing, because they do provide you with a significant upside, with also taking on a significant amount of risk. So hope you gained some value from this video. Hopefully it provided you with insights pertaining to what building classifications are and how you can interpret them to determine whether or not an opportunity is worthwhile for you to pursue. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe to this channel. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message. If you guys are looking for property in the Louisville metro area or surrounding areas, I'm a commercial real estate agent in town. I'd be happy to help you identify locations within these classifications based on what your requirements are. You can reach out to me via email at raphael@grisantigroup.com, or you can call me at 502-536-7315. And I'll include those all in the description below. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time.